Hey, Matt, thank you for coming on Chats with Alex. Appreciate it.
All good, mate. All good. All good. Take 17.
Yeah,
Hopefully it works all right.
I think it'll be good. Episode 15 of Chats with Alex. So thanks for being on it.
15, mate. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you, you know, for providing your amazing vibes wherever I've seen you performing around Melbourne. It's been really awesome to just like hear you and get the opportunity to listen to you play. It's really inspiring.
Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Play my own stuff no one's ever heard of. So that's always nice to do. And stick in the occasional cover to keep people on their toes. But I much prefer playing my own stuff.
I don't know why, but you remind me a bit of like some of the greats of music, like Robbie Williams, even Lionel Richie, or those sort of artists, which don't really come around every now and again. So I feel we're very lucky here to have you in the Melbourne community and getting to listen and hear you. Especially, I loved your latest cover, which you put on Spotify. It was really awesome.
Yeah. I think like the so I released the EP a little while ago called Silence as Bombs Fall Down, and it's about the end of the world generally, like, and so and that was lovely, but then I wanted to do, when I've been playing live, I do put in a couple of, covers, and one of them was a Marvin Gaye. Well, actually Marvin Gaye didn't write it, but Marvin Gaye performed it. Heard it through the grapevine, and my mum introduced me to that song when I was a kid, and I love that song. It reminds me of my mum. And it's yeah, I do. Obviously, I can't sing like fucking Marvin Gaye, so I had to change the key and the chords and everything. But so it does sound like a different version, a different song, really. But yeah, it's nice to have one that people go, oh, I know this one, rather than a song about the end of the world, which is, it means a lot to me. But because people aren't familiar with it, it might take them a little bit of time to get into it. Whereas a song that they do know, they can kind of immediately get on board.
But for me, as a listener, because the reason I liked your version of that song is because it feels like it's your song. It doesn't feel like you're trying to copy the main singer. And I really don't like it when I hear another person or an artist covering someone else's song and they're just like doing the exactly the same thing. It really like something which I don't really enjoy listening to. But when I hear you or anyone putting their own stamp and their own spin on a song, that's when it like captures my attention as a listener.
Yeah, I think like doing that, I was playing a lot, in Canada and in the UK, and did used to actually do that, just like, oh, I'm gonna have to sing a song that everyone knows. But and I probably fell into that trap of like, oh, you're just trying to, sound like this guy, yeah, there were probably always elements of that. But then I kind of changed tact more recently, and so then I kind of song selection is really important. So it's kind of like, okay, well, who do I definitely not sound like? I don't sound like Marvin Gaye, like no one does, or like Britney Spears, like I do a cover of that. So when you pick the artist that's like completely different from you, you automatically make it quite unique. So I think song selection when people are doing those is crucial. Um, so yeah, thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. And yeah, just to put a different spin on it. Um, but selecting the artist is really important in that.
And what made you select that artist in particular? Did you like grow up listening to him, or who, when you were growing up around the house, what did your parents would like? What would they always play? What would you always listen to?
My mum, well, it's interesting you said Lionel Richie. Actually, I did listen to a lot of Lionel Richie when I was a kid. And then, but my mum kind of got me more into Motown. And again, like Motown music is definitely not my genre. Like so when I do a kind of a cover of it, because I've done one, an Otis Redding one as well, because I sound very different to those, I can't sing like these guys. It's impossible. So you automatically like, yeah, like I said, put on a kind of different spin. And then the Marvin Gaye one was massively influenced by my mum. She died a little while ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Mate, it happened. But well, we're kind of tragically enough, like she died from like a heroin overdose, and it was it was pretty dark for like the last 10 years of her life. But then, the Marvin Gaye one was she introduced me to that when, she was well and a very successful nurse and a beautiful, human until, things kind of took her over. And so it reminds me of not the darker times, but more of like the real her. And her introduced me to like Whitney Houston and Marvin Gaye and Otis Redding. And so it's a nice way to kind of rekindle, I guess, that relationship and love that I had for my mum before she, became quite ill. Um, so yeah, it meant a lot to me, that song. It meant a lot. And hopefully I've kind of done her proud and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm sure you have because it's you've done a really good job with that song. And I'm sure she's like looking down and saying she's really happy with the result of your song and stuff. Not only that, but of you as a person as well. Because I can tell you're just like a totally humble and genuine person. And I really enjoy that we've connected through the Melbourne music scene. It's a pleasure to get to know you and hear you.
cheers, mate. Appreciate that. That's nice.
Um, what do you hope to achieve with your music? Like, I'm curious to find out more about that.
Well, I did a lot in Canada and then the UK, and then didn't do anything for like 15 odd years because my priority was being a dad, and it still is. But my kids are a bit older now, so that they're 10 and 11, and so they've come to they've come to the shows, which is great. So a year ago I was doing nothing, and now I've released some music that I've been sitting on for forever, and I'm at capacity to kind of make it more of a priority this year. So I think that's a win. And playing, I did a Bergie Band Room last month. It's like 180 tickets sold there with the support acts, which was I'm really proud of that and doing that and releasing the music as well that I'm pretty passionate about. So in terms of like what do I want, I'm kind of doing it. Obviously everyone wants to kind of make it financially sustainable.
Yeah.
Like that's the dream, as it were. But I think also you need, especially young, well, not young because I'm not young, but emerging artists, they need to prioritize or understand and have a perspective of it's not a failure if you're not financially viable straight away. Like the fact that you're even doing it is a failure if you stop,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Don't give up.
So yeah, and it's just enjoy the process. Sorry, that's my dogs barking. You can hear them. They're barking at the bin man. Sorry, my
That's all right.
crazy dog going crazy. Um, so in terms of, achievement and success, I think emerging artists, and I've had to learn that as well. We have to define what that is and what that means. Is means you're going. I'll show you my crazy dog. He's just fallen off the windowsill. Come here. Say hello to Alex.
Hello.
Here's
Yasu,
my
as we say in Greek.
hello. Say hello. Yeah, he's my crazy dog. Um,
Oh.
can you go
Is
not
he a
barking,
fan
please?
of you, your music?
Yeah, he's a massive fan. He produces it now. Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you know what? He hears most of the songs first. He's the one like probably the first person to hear them. Um, and he doesn't run away, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were saying, so I think in terms of, your the question you're alluding to in terms of what do you want? And to make it more applicable to, people like ourselves, first define the parameters of what success is and looks like. If it's financial stability through generating income from music, that's absolutely fine and perfectly legitimate. But also you need to, I think, put emphasis on the fact that you're brave enough, courageous enough to do something and put it out there that you love and enjoy the process. And that obviously is less tangible in terms of like in numbers. It's not streams, it's not
No.
buys or whatever it is. It's not ticket sales. But I wrote an article on my Instagram page about like, the importance that my kids asked to listen to my music in the car. You can't, that's no new listeners, nothing like that, but it's still really important. So defining success and what you want from a music pursuits is important. And if you get bogged down too much by trying to make it financially viable, you'll stop enjoying it, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, what I want, having said that, it is obviously, it would be good to generate, a decent income stream on it. But at the same time, I'm not driven for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm brave enough to do it. To do. And also, I'm really glad that my kids are old enough to come and see me, so I can show them actually if you want to do something that's
You can
most
do it.
people don't really want
Yeah.
you to do, and it could be anything, it could be art, it could be playing sport, whatever it is. If you're passionate about it, and that's why I love my children so much because they've got an affiliation towards that. I don't care what they're passionate about, so as long as they're passionate about something and they pursue, if you do it, and despite all the challenges that will inevitably come your way because that's the nature of our human existence.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're brave enough to be on that path and actually almost disregard the result and just pursue for the sake of pursuing your passion, it's a very cool thing. And if when I play music, I think I demonstrate that to the kids, and that's important for
It
me.
is. Totally agree with you. Another question I was wanting to ask you is like if someone came up to you and said to you, I feel like I want to give up, I can't do this anymore, whatever it is they're doing. Let's say they're facing something challenging, as you said. What would you say to that person to help them to keep pursuing and to keep going, even if they felt like giving everything up?
Well, actually, now, Alex, you're kind of going into so my actual kind of job and profession. So I'm a life coach, right? So I actually have that question a lot, and you can't give them the. What I found out is that they I don't have the answers. I'll never tell them what to do. They know the answers, but they do need to ask themselves, and I ask them as well, like the serious questions. If they want to give up, then it's not me to say, no, keep going, you can do it. It's up for them to realize what is it that they're trying to do? Like, what does success mean for them in that field? And is the sacrifice worth that newer goal? Because if their goal is, I need to make money from it, otherwise I'm just going to give up and not do it, that's obviously an option to them. And a lot of emerging artists like do that, and that's fine if their goal is that. But if their goal is to do something that they love and they care deeply about the process, and indeed that process of creating whatever it is, art, music, sport, is some sort of kind of therapy for them, and it adds value to their being, soul, life, and ultimately kind of meaning, then um then that's a different way of viewing the kind of perceived problem, as it were. So it's, it depends on what are they giving up? What is it that they want, the goal, and exploring that more. And what does
Yeah,
giving up
yeah,
mean
I get
as
you.
well? Like, what does giving up mean? So it would depend on the individual and their goal and their perception of the goal.
Yeah. I'm not one to give up easily anyway, so I would never even consider stopping doing music because it's what I love to do. And even if I wasn't getting money or anything, I would still do it in the comfort of my own home because it's what I enjoy most.
So that's your definition of that's a criteria and definition for success.
Yeah.
The fact that you're doing something that you're passionate about. And that's a beautiful thing to kind of acknowledge and take on board.
My dad always says, show kindness to everybody. And I think that's really important. This day and age is like, we're here, we can help as many people as we can along the journey.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that kind of higher calling of service to others. Um, it's bordering on a universal principle that's actually echoed through lots of, we were touching on it before, like say Greek mythology or
Yes.
any sort of religious kind of pursuit, kind of that self-actualization point where people kind of fulfill their own potential is actually the a quality of service to others is how you potentially achieve that self-actualization. So yeah, I mean, and kindness is a word that's used in every, you know, the kind of word of God, as it were.
Yes. Have you ever heard the poem Ithaca by Cavafy by any chance?
No Kabathi, but I don't know that one.
It's really good.
Okay.
Definitely look it up if you can because it's like I find it very spiritual and I've read it quite a few times. So yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely helped
I've
me.
got I've got a Kabathi book actually by my bedside, a book of poems by him, but I haven't got through it. But yeah, nice.
Um, who would you want to sing with in the world that's alive or dead if you could had to choose anyone?
My favorite vocalist is Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
I would not like to sing next to him because it's fucking horrible. It would be brutal. It would be like, my God, it's like following Elvis or something. It's ridiculous. But I admire him in terms of a vocal range capacity. Um, Kind of that operatic vibe that he does is just unreal. So he's my favorite vocalist. And then after him is and I've ripped this guy off a lot, Jeff Buckley. Like
oh,
I love Jeff Buckley. The Grace album is
same.
still one of my favorite albums. Um, who would so I did my last gig I did I had an emerging young artist called Georgia Harding. She played did backing vocals on a track which was really cool.
I think I met her.
You probably did. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you will have. Yeah, where we when we met up, she went on after me. She's a young girl,
yeah,
works
she's
very
great.
hard. She's learning her craft. I mean, she's a kid. She's like 19 or something like that. She's brought in a big crowd the last. We've played together the last two shows. One at Kindred Studio, one at Bergie Band Room. The first one we did like 100 tickets. I think she sold like 50 of them. And then the second show we actually did like 180 tickets, and I think she sold another 50 there as well. So she's got a decent fan base around her, and she's learning
That's
all the
cool.
time, and she works hard. She works hard.
I still need to come out and watch one of your shows. I haven't been yet, but I want to come soon.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a break for a while because it's been a hard 6, 7 months, and taking a break. But I'll come back later in the year.
Are you going on a holiday somewhere?
No, no, no. I just more focused on the kids and career, and um, the music's, promoting the shows, rehearsing. It's kind of, I just wanted to step back a bit and
No, that's very nice.
do me
Yeah.
while I'm freshen up. And then I've got an EP release later in the year anyway, so that's
Oh,
all
cool.
recorded. I'm just, you know, I'm take a couple of months where I can, yeah, focus on. I'm a life coach and I run a charity, and I'm putting some, and obviously the kids, so I'm putting more energy into that. And then I'll come back.
Nice and refreshed and ready.
Yeah.
Um, do you consider yourself to be like more of an entertainer or an artist, and what brings you more joy at what you do out of those two things?
Well, you have to differentiate what the difference between an artist and an entertainer then. Um, I think obviously if you're up there and you're playing, you're there to you're somebody's performing monkey, right? You've got to entertain.
Mm.
That's the idea behind it. And um, you know, my own songs are the artistic side of things, and then when you perform and play in front of people, I guess that's the entertainment thing element. So you kind of have to marry the two. And I think I'm getting a lot better. Like I played the gigs that I've played with you was to rehearse and practice and get better for the bigger shows.
Yes, yes.
That's really important. And that so I guess the confidence is
Has
just from
grown.
practice. It's just from playing and practicing your craft like with absolutely anything. Like my little boy's playing football and he's good and he wants to get better and he's just like, oh, he's worried about natural ability. It's just like look, it's a boxing term because I love my boxing, and hard
Nice.
work beats talent when talent don't work. So
Yeah.
I put so much less emphasis on talent and natural ability than I do on working hard. And I'm good. but I work fucking hard. Like I work at it and I practice to get good. And then from there, you develop that confidence and I guess perceived charisma on stage because I've been practicing loads. I've played friggin' like 50 times this year.
I know I've
And
seen you at all the open mics.
yeah, well, I practice. I practice. I work hard. Um, and when you do that, it's a universal principle. When I was much better on my 50th show than I was on my first.
I feel like it's really important to work hard and practice, as you say, but also to resonate on the frequency of love. And if you don't resonate on the frequency of love and you're not prepared to accept uh, the love, then no, nothing will come to you. But you, I can tell, like you're a person that resonates on the frequency of love and believes in like that. If you do that, then things will come your way, and you don't have to chase or beg to get anything to you. It will come to you naturally because you're on that frequency. And people that are not on that frequency, it's you can tell that they're fake. And you and other people that I've seen that get success easily show love and feel the love and express that through their music.
Yeah, okay, that's nicely put. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, uh, uh, I'm interested. What do you mean by frequency of love? What does that mean?
That's a good one, good question to ask me. But yeah, what that means is like the frequency of love, which is inside everyone. And sometimes people struggle to see that and to acknowledge what that is because, people sometimes don't want to um, get that out of them. And they are just like consumed by other things which are not on the same frequency as love and light from Jesus Christ.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, what I think what you're alluding to there, Alex, is it sounds like authenticity, right? So it's and um yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's been like that genuine, um, yeah, authenticity and being genuine around that, and that's what we're alluding to in the first take of this, where we were saying like, I want to give a bit of a mention to Renee Allison because it
Mm.
kind of alludes to that. So she's one of my, she's I've seen a lot of artists, luckily to see a lot of artists in Melbourne while I've been playing. She's the one that stands out. Now, she is that authentic person, but it's contrary to, I would say, popular culture, especially on social media, when everything's a bit more immediate and it needs to be effectively bombastic and loud.
Yes.
She's somebody who's authentic, but it's understated. It's about music. It's about her as a musical ability that's subtle and understated, and it's about this songwriting. It's not about being loud for being loud's sake. It's done in a beautiful way that is authentically her. She reminds me of Nick Drake, who's one of my favorite artists. But it's being authentic there, but it's contradictory because for her to become, popular, as it were, the popular culture is saying you need to be kind of loud and get clicks and all the rest of it. So
Mm.
how you how you what's the word? How you reconcile or being authentic and effectively marketable probably requires effectively like a culture shift. It's like, is an audience ready to be actually a little bit more patient and listen and lean in to something that's more subtle and authentic rather than something that's kind of quite loud and bombastic. Like as a culture, it's probably say a youth culture when it is like, people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. How do you create that kind of stillness and presence when people will pay attention when you're not loud and bombastic, but you are beautifully authentic?
Yes.
So yeah,
That's
like I
the
said,
word, authenticity, that I was looking for.
it's a good
A-
one.
And it just makes me happy when I see people being completely authentic and they're like, I don't care if I don't get that record deal. I don't care if I don't get in there to do that because I'm happy with who I am as a person and as an artist. And this is the way it's going to be. And this is the way I am. And I don't need anyone else to come in and tell me how to do my work and how to do my music or my business or what I should be doing because I know who I am and I'm confident in that.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you can hear my dogs growling. Sorry
Yeah.
about
What's your movements for the next week, mate? Were you going to be playing anywhere?
that. No, I've been playing a lot for the last 7 months, and so I'm taking a sabbatical, like a bit of time off. I'll play. I've got an EP release in November this year, and I'll
Mm.
start playing again in a few months. But it's I've stepped back to kind of work on career as life coach, but also the charity which is called Schools for Nepal. Obviously, being an active, I like to think I'm an active dad as well. So my priorities have been, those three things over the music for a few months because I've been smashing it so hard for the last 7, 8 months. It's been great, but I'm gonna have a little bit of a break and then come back a bit more recharged, I reckon.
You gonna write some more songs, or do you have like songs already written?
No, I've written a lot. I mean, write. I might write some more if it kind of comes to me type thing. But I've actually got I've got a heap of songs, and a lot of I actually already recorded, just haven't released them yet. So, but I don't want to just release it and not play. So I'll release. So the album I released earlier in the year was called "Silence as Bombs Fall Down," and
Yes, yeah.
it's not an album. It's an EP. It's 4 songs, and it's kind of about the end of the world, and it is. But I'm doing a deluxe version of that, so it's going to have those 4 songs, but it's going to have 3 other songs on top. So it's kind of the Silence as Bombs Fall Down EP kind of deluxe version with the EP plus 3 more songs, which have already been done and recorded and mixed and everything. And I was going to release it like last month, but I'm putting on hold until later in the year when I want to have a bit more energy to play more and maybe do some festivals and play some gigs and stuff like that. So I'll do it when I'm
Cool.
not
And any
knackered.
of those songs, would you imagine any of the ones you've already written to be collaborations? And if you could collaborate with anyone around the world, that's one like a famous artist, who would you want to have on your song if you could choose anyone?
I genuinely no idea. Never thought about
Would you
that.
ever
Never
sing with
thought.
Ed Sheeran?
Oh, if Ed called me up,
What about Mike Passenger?
uh, give me a buzz. I'd have a chat. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, the only mini collaboration I've done was I played one of Georgia Harding's tracks.
yeah.
Uh, I just did guitar for her on that one, and then she came onto one of my tracks called Silly's Dance and did a backing harmony on that one. If Ed Sheeran wants to give me a call, he's more than welcome to. We can have a chat over a cup of tea.
Hey, Matt, I really
Um,
appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on episode 15.
no worries, man. No
It's
worries. Sorry
been
about the
really
dog.
awesome to chat with you.
No worries, man. Take it easy, Alex. Tom.
What parting message would you like to leave for Chats with Alex?
Oh God. Come on now, mate. It's too much. What part of message? What do people want to hear? Give me something to go with. What parting
Anything
message?
inspirational or something? What would you say to yourself 10 years ago if you could go back in time and say anything to yourself?
Look, it's a massively overused term and
Yeah,
notion. But the concept of presence, I would say, which is kind of, I believe, is divine and is a universal principle that's kind of echoed through Greek mythology and the Bhagavad Gita and the Bible. And that sense of presence and doing things with disregard of the result. So you kind of you're entitled to kind of do what you want, but you're not entitled to the fruit of that pursuit, as it were. So I guess it's that element of as again, I don't want to be overused and a bit too cringy here, but if you can capture that sense of essence, presence, it's so beautiful. My kids are amazing at doing that. Music does that. Your pets will do that. Where I'll be in my head thinking about freaking, I don't know, Bitcoin prices or my life coaching career, like practice. And India will like say, Dad, look, butterfly. And it's that is so cool and beautiful. And if you can get that without necessarily having the prompt of a young child, it's a wonderful thing. And then it kind of makes everything that you actually do more meaningful and beautiful if it's not so much focused on the result. Um, and also, eat ice cream. Ice cream's always good.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Boysenberry. Boysenberry.
Boysenberry. I like that.
You
That's
need to
actually nice.
have you need to have boysenberry on top and then chocolate on the bottom. And then you're good to go for like, yeah, that's a good day.
Do you like any Greek food by any chance?
I do like Greek food. Yeah, I do. The Greek is like yeah, my favorite salad. This Greek salads are my favorite in the world. I mean, I like feta. Yeah,
I'd love to
Indian food.
invite you
Definitely.
to one of my next gatherings, and you can
Oh
try
yeah.
some Greek food.
I'll hold you to that, mate.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, Matt.
Well,
Appreciate
mate,
you.
thank you, Dad, for producing it, mate. Appreciate that.
What was that?
Thank you, Dad, for me for producing the show, getting all the technical elements.
No problem. I will. Thank you very much, Matt. Cheers.
Oh man, see you soon,
All the
mate.
best.
Bye, mate.
Bye.